In a world overrun with the fake, delusional, and disingenuous, he stands as a beacon of truth. He is Abuki Cabal. You are listening to Abuki Cabal.
Welcome to the Abuki Cabal Show.
Welcome to the show, folks. It's like I lost a few people on my last group of topics here. I guess some people don't like the truth regarding how certain groups of folks are trying to direct our minds in one direction and be accepting of just any old thing. But you know what I'm talking about. So today I wanted to tackle this article I found called The Rise of Empowered Single Women. What Women Want from the Single Lonely Man. And this is the article that followed the article that everybody's been talking about, you know, all of these single lonely guys out here, you know, but they fail to mention, you know, the main cusp of that article, which was that the reason why all of these men are choosing to be single is because they don't want to compromise on the quality of woman that they want to obtain. So they're holding out for a better type of woman. So if they can't have that woman, then they're going to say no. So if you got a bunch of bodies, they're going to say no. If you got a bad attitude, they're going to say no. Now, a lot of these things that we've been talking about for years now, and, you know, women are constantly saying, well, this just doesn't exist. This is all these things that you guys are talking about. What type of women do you surround yourselves with? I've never met any women who act like this. I don't act like this. It's always, you know, these usual, typical answers as if, what we encounter, in our wives. And, if you were, you know, unfortunate enough to marry a woman who basically was chameleon enough, to get you to go ahead and seal the deal. And then she showed her true self later on, you know, or if you were a single guy and you've been dating and you just been, you know, rinsing and repeating, you know, the same, types of women over and over and over until you're just tired of dealing with the same old, affect, you know, in these people. Then this article is going to kind of touch on some of those things and kind of let you know that, you know, the things that we've been talking about are not these anomalous things that just don't have any merit. And I'll show you. So we're going to move on up and take a look at the article here. And these women are going to tell you exactly what they want in men and why they are having trouble finding the types of men that they want. Okay, so here we go.
The Rise of Empowered Single Women. Source: Southworks/Shutterstock. Last week, the post "The Rise of Lonely Single Men" by Greg Matos, Doctor of Psychology, started trending, and I was thrilled. As a single person in her 30s, a therapist, and an author whose work centers around dating and healthy relationships, I am grateful for this culture shift. Until recently, modern dating, in the cis-hetero world, has been imbalanced. Women have been socially programmed to believe that their value and worth are conditional and reflected by their relationship status. Media, including dating self-help literature, has played a big part in this, encouraging women to change various aspects of themselves: personality, physical appearance, communication style, to be more desirable to men. I have seen this social programming impact women in their pursuit of dating and relationships, time and time again, leading many to feel like they must play the game to be successful and find a mate. And of course, this outdated approach often leaves single women feeling hopeless and disempowered. But there is a shift occurring, and it is palpable. And this is not strictly an outcome of the surge in dating app usage. As women have gained more rights and are recognized as, mostly, equal to men, traditional gender roles and constructs are becoming obsolete. In the past, women needed men for resources, they needed a provider. Now, with more opportunities, women have more independence and recognize that they do not need men in the same way women did in previous generations. Without such high stakes, women are raising the bar. We are no longer looking for a provider but a partner in an equitable relationship. We want more. 10 things women want. We want to be treated as equals. We want to feel seen and heard. We want our feelings to be respected and validated. We want to feel safe and supported. We want to share core values with our partners. We want to have the flexibility of having multiple identities instead of being confined to one box, i.e., wife, mom, caregiver. We want to be part of the conversation regarding negotiating roles and expectations within the relationship. We want to have productive and honest conversations and healthy disagreements. We want to establish mutual trust. We want to feel emotionally connected to our partners. Now, more than ever, women are becoming aware of their inherent worth and are not willing to settle. The expectations are simple and straightforward. Hopefully, the single, lonely men can step up.
Wow. That's pretty deep, don't you think? Let's explore this article a little bit here. Okay? So, you know how much I hate that cis word. Make up terms to cover things that have been around forever and have been called something else forever. So, I'll try to get around that. Anyway, she says, as a single person in her 30s, a therapist and an author whose work centers around dating and healthy relationships, I'm grateful for this cultural shift. So, translated, she's grateful for the dysfunction. She wants that dysfunction to be the norm. She has already embraced other transitions and normal culture, and now this empowerment movement, as you can see up here. You have all these these women up here with the X up there. They're all defiantly resistant to normal, or what they call cis-normative relationships. Okay, let's move on here. All right. Until recently, the modern dating and the cis-hetero world has been imbalanced, and women have been socially programmed. See, so this is feminism at its best, where the only reason why women acted that way in the past is because they were programmed to do so. We know that's not true. We can go back, all over the world. You can look at all kinds of cultures, and women and men had roles, which everybody's trying to get away from right now. Are these normal gender roles? So that's what we're saying here in this article, and the beginning of this article anyway. The media, colluded dating, self-help literature has played a big part in this, encouraging women to change various aspects of themselves, their personality, physical appearance, communication style, to be more desirable to men. Okay, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, if you want to be with a man, you know what it is to be with a man? It's just like if you want a job. If you want a job, and they have certain requirements for their job. You have to meet those requirements. And if you don't have those requirements, you have to go out and go get those requirements. You have to go get an education. You have to change your hair. You have to change your way of dress. But that's all okay. Well, it used to be. And then they started resisting against that. And then you have people out here, I can wear my hair any kind of way. I should be able to talk any kind of way as long as I have the grades, which is crazy. And then we have the same thing now where women want a man, but they don't want to do what it takes to get a man. They don't want to have to have a certain appearance. They don't want to have to have a certain mindset. They don't want to have a certain affect to the way that they treat that man. They don't want any of that. They want you to take them as they are. They want you to go ahead and go to that lemon lot and buy that lemon as is. And men are saying, no, we're not going to do that. We're no longer going to take you as you are. If you're not going to be what I want, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not taking the car with the great looking exterior with the busted seats and, the switches and whatnot on the inside that don't work. The air doesn't work right. All of that. None of that is acceptable to us anymore. I encourage you guys, if you're out there and you're dating, and, you go, okay, well, hey, she looks great. She doesn't quite, act the way that I think she should, but, she'll come around, maybe I can change her. Don't do it. Don't do it. If she's not just like you want her off the lot, don't do it, because all that's going to do is you're going to settle for, something that is less than what's desirable for you. And then as time goes on, they don't become better over time. They become worse. Trust me, I've been in this game for a long time. I'll tell you, you ask a lot of guys around, take me as I am gets worse as time progresses. Okay. All right. This social programming deal is just like, your gender being assigned at birth, Like people are just going out here stamping kids on their foreheads and saying, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. Well, you're that because that's what you got. You're that because that's what when they take amniotic fluid to see what you are and to check and see if you're okay and everything. There are going to be certain genetic markers in there that are going to tell them things about your health, about how you're progressing. All those things are constants. Okay. But we're constantly being pushed and prodded towards accepting or not accepting things that are scientifically proven and whatnot. But I'm not gonna go on a rant on that. We've already covered a bunch of that. Okay. So she says, I've seen this social programming impact women in their pursuit of dating and relationships time and time again, leading many to feel like they must play the game to be successful. Don't we all have to play the game to be successful? Don't we all have to learn social skills and, sexual skills and, all manner of skills in order for us to be successful in our relationships, whether they be business or personal? We have to learn those things. We have to learn how to peacefully coexist. But for some reason, there's this movement now to just not better ourselves, not become the hammered steel that becomes stronger over time. We're just a bunch of hippies now. We're the worst kind of hippies. Hippies back when hippies were around were smarter than kids today. So it's a little disheartening to hear all of that, but let's move on. Okay. But there is a shift occurring and it's palpable. I agree with that. There's a shift going on. There's a shift in men as well. And it's palpable, but they don't want to really talk about that. They want to make us out to be crazy and, and unreasonable in our wants and needs in women and wives. They don't want that. Okay. They don't want to address that at all. Okay. So this is not strictly an outcome of the surge of dating app usage as women have gained more rights and are recognized as mostly equal to men. Okay. There we go with that push for equality, but really it's a push for equity, not equality. They don't want to do the same amount of work, and this article exemplifies that. I mean, it's take me as I am. Don't make me have to do anything extra. You know, let me be. I gotta be me. You know what I mean? Like Elvis. You know, like you know, can't remember that other singer. You know, I did it my way. You know what I mean? That's what they want to do. They want to do it their way. But, you know, here we go. We move on here, and in traditional gender roles, they want to, you know, be equal to men. They want the gender roles to not really be concrete, and constructs are becoming obsolete. Traditional gender roles and constructs are becoming obsolete. Are they? Are they really becoming obsolete, or are they becoming so muddied that they're causing society to not really work the way that it's supposed to? You know, the way it feels is it feels like like when your engine is getting low on oil and everything starts to stick, you know, it doesn't run as smoothly. That's what it feels like to us. But to them, they feel like it's running smoother, you know. Fucking smoke's running out blowing out the back of the car, you know. It's running rough. But as long as it's going, they don't mind. Now, for those of us that, you know, like a nice, well-oiled machine, we see what's going on. So let's move on here. It says they're becoming obsolete, and in the past, women needed men for resources. They needed a provider. Now, with more opportunities, women have more independence and recognize that they do not need men in the same way women did in previous generations. So see, you know, for women who are reading this article, they're just being bolstered more and more. We don't need them. We don't need men. We don't need men for this. We can make our own money. We can do this. We can do that. You know, totally disregarding, you know, all of the economic indicators out there that are showing you that all these things about you making all this money, all that's going to be real back real soon. And then what are you going to do? You got plenty of women out here. Look all over the, you know, the web right now, where you're starting to see that women are saying, shit, I need a husband. I need a husband. I need somebody to help me, you know, to do this. But, you know, that's always been the case. But if you have a person that's going to help you, you have a person that's going to pay most of those bills, what are you going to do? How's your attitude going to be? You know? Are you going to want to have sex with your husband? Are you gonna want to, not do it because you have to, not do it because you're tolerating him or it's the, you know, it's the ticket of admission, but you want to do it. Okay. Those are the things that are going to come up, guys. So that's what they're talking about when they start talking about not needing you. And if they don't need you, then they're going to treat you accordingly. And a lot of men they're not going for that, as they shouldn't. And I totally agree with that. Let's move on. We are no longer looking for a provider, but a partner and an equitable relationship. We want more. Okay. So as you see, it's more. It's not equality. It's more. They want to be better than men. They want more than what men had until they are running things. That's what they want. They want to run things, you know, and it's all in here. It's all laid out. When you look at the 10 things that they want, we want to be treated as equals. So as an equal, you can sit up and you can say, well, hey, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not going to do this because I don't feel like I should have to do it. You know, those are my key words. If ever a woman tells you, I don't feel like I should have to do that, get rid of her quickly. 86er. You know, because that's what that means. We want to be equals. When you're equal and you're a partner, then that means you can just go on and get pick up your chess pieces and you can move on. You know, there's never any, there's no cooperation, you know, Look up partnerships and how partnerships work. Partnerships and marriages are two different things. And a partnership is not conducive to you as a man, as a husband. Okay? Second, we want to feel seen and heard. Even when it's not necessary to be seen or heard, they want it. And that's where you start looking into that needless, validation, needless seeking of attention. It's like you always have to have a say, even though there's a conversation going on that has nothing to do with you. All you got to do is just sit there and just be quiet. But you can't, because you got to be heard. I got to have a say. You might not even have any money in the game, might not have any skin in the game, but I got to have a say. Why do you have to have a say? That's the type of stuff that you're talking about. And the reason why they have to have a say is because they don't trust you to make the decision. They want to make the decision with you, even though you're going to be paying 100% of the bills. Okay? You can't make the decisions, but you can spend the money. All right. We want our feelings to be respected and validated. Okay. As if we, as men and husbands, don't respect their feelings and don't validate them, even when they're wrong. We validate them. We try to encourage them, that they don't look bad. They don't need to go out and go get plastic surgery. They don't need to do this. All you need to do is just take care of yourself. All you need to do is just work out, do the bare minimum. We can do it together. That's not good enough. Now imagine constantly having to, to show your respect and validation for a person. Don't you think that would get a little tiring? You constantly doing that. You constantly have to show them that they're being seen and they're being heard. You're constantly ensuring them that they're your equal, and that you're not trying to, to take any of their power. Doesn't that sound exhausting? We want to feel safe and supported. So that means that you are to, they want you to protect them, even though you're not married to them. You're just dating, or you're just passing them in the street. You're just supposed to go out there and jump in front of buses and cars and shit, and and drop down your coat and cover up the puddles. They want all of that chivalry, but they don't want to give you any femininity. And support, it means they want you to give up that money and be quiet. They want you to put up more programs to better them at your expense, at you and boys' expense, because they feel like you as a man and your son, you already got enough stuff. You've already gotten enough stuff historically, so you don't need anything. So you should prop them up and deify them to the max. Okay? We want to share core values with our partners. What the hell does that mean? I mean, that's basic compatibility. If you date a person and then you ask the right questions and you go through the mating ritual properly, then you should have compatibility. So you shouldn't have any issues with core values. That's if everybody tells the truth, but some women are brought up from the cradle to the point to where they meet you, and they're told by their grandmothers, mothers, whatever, that you're not supposed to tell a man everything. You're supposed to have a ditty bag, You're supposed to always take precautions just in case that man leaves you hanging. So they come into the relationship from a deceptive position, but they want you to lay it all out on the table. So you're playing a chess game with a person who already knows all your moves, but you don't know any of theirs. Okay. All right. So number 6, we want to have the flexibility of having multiple identities instead of being confined to one box, i.e. wife, mom, and caregiver. Well, isn't that what we all want? We as men want you to be our wives. We want you to be able to be mothers and caregivers. We want you to be able to do all those things, but those things are too much. Women are always constantly saying, no, I'm tired. I can't be a wife, a mom, and a caregiver, and then have sex for you and all of that. I can't do all of that. That's just too much. And my mom was dumb for doing it. My grandmother was dumb for doing it. That's what we got now. That's what the modern woman says. Okay? And y'all know I'm not lying. I am not deceiving you, not one bit. This is what they're saying over and over and over. So let's move on down. Number 7. We want to be a part of the conversation regarding negotiating roles and expectations within the relationship. So you see that being a part of, that goes back up to feeling seen and heard, and respected and validation, kind of the same things being said over and over. So you want to negotiate your roles and expectations within a relationship. So that means that the goalposts will constantly be moving, So it's pretty much, I'm going to do what I feel like doing when I feel like doing it. If you want me to be this at this time, it's not really a good time for that. Maybe check with me tomorrow. Maybe check with me next month. I really don't feel like that. I work today, so I'm tired. So I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to spend any time with you. I'm really just tired. I just want to go and watch reality TV. I just want to, watch my shows. I just want to, delve into my phone and kind of halfway listen to you. Those types of things. You're in a relationship, but then you feel just as single in that relationship as when you were single, because they want their own identities within, the relationship and their own time, their own space. So they want, essentially what that means is, I want you to pay all the bills. I want you to make everything easy for me. And I want to feel like I'm still single. I want to feel like I still am in control of my life and what I want to do. So translation is all about me. Okay. 8, we want to have productive, honest conversations and healthy disagreements. Come on, guys. When have we been able to have real, honest conversations with the majority of the women out here who come out and discuss these topics with us? They're always one-sided, are they not? Always one-sided. The honesty comes one way, and then when they're faced with the honesty, they get quiet. They don't really want to acknowledge, the facts of whatever is going on. It's my feelings trump, whatever facts is going on. But can you really, really have an honest conversation when you don't want to acknowledge the reality of any given situation? Healthy disagreements means I win every time. Because if I don't win, then you're not respecting me. You're not validating me. I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. I don't feel like I'm your equal. I don't feel safe or supported. I don't feel like we share core values. You're too conservative for me because you don't want me to wear hoochie mama clothes and body tourniquets. You won't let me go out half naked. Okay. 9, we want to establish mutual trust. Do they? Do they really want mutual trust? They want you to trust them. Don't go through their phones. Don't want to know where I am. Don't be keeping too many tabs on me. But I want to know everything about where you are because you can't trust a man, So 10, we want to feel emotionally connected to our partners. Yeah. Only when it's convenient for them. When you want to feel connected, it's an inconvenience. Okay. As the lead attorney says, I'm not going to long stroke you on this one. I think we covered that pretty good. You guys tell me what you thought, about the coverage of this. in the comments. And I appreciate you guys liking and sharing. Trying to get my goal is to get up to 2,000 here. I'm at 1,100. If I can get up to 2,000, you guys can help me with that. I would appreciate that immensely. When I have time, I will try to do some lives. I don't know. You guys let me know if that's what you want to do. If you want to cover some medical topics and whatnot, we can do that. Oh, not that one. So I guess the last thing I'm going to cover with this is I'm going to go over this, and this is pretty much the beginning of one of my next ones that I'm going to do. And this is about, and this was a little deal I pulled offline. It's this guy, wrote to all men who are about to get married. Be aware that you are marrying a much different kind of woman than your father or your grandfather married. You are marrying a woman who will not be accountable to you for her actions or words, or where she goes or who she sees. You are marrying an equivalent life partner who is entitled to each and everything that you are entitled to. Sometimes she's the husband and you are the wife. Oh, and sometimes she's the wife and you are the husband. Of course, she will never call you that, but her actions and her responses or lack thereof will ultimately define when you are wearing the panties. Okay? Uncomfortable sounding, isn't it? So I'm gonna end with that, but that will be something else I'm going to cover in possibly the next one. But I hope you guys found this entertaining, and hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys in the comment section, and have a great day, or night, or evening. Take care, y'all.
I feel like a motherless child alone.